right. Welcome to, that's Brandon James right there on the screen. Welcome to Stockton 360, special Friday music edition. This is Governor Don. Alongside me across the table, Professor Dr. J. Jimenez. How are you, Doc?
I'm fine. How are you, Gov?
All right. Excellent. And, of course, we have right here on the board, Mr. Dustin Details Break Bill. What's up, Dustin?
What's up, Gov?
What's up? What's up is we got a hero superstar right here.
The person,
Mr. Brandon James, every time I introduce you, I say, winner of the Stockton Song Contest, because that is so awesome.
Dude, thanks so much, man. It's a pleasure to be here, y'all.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you. I'm glad we finally got you on a sit down. We're always at the same events, so we always get to see you.
Yeah.
You know, we talk to you, but this is a great thing for you to come in. Welcome to Stockton 360.
I'm honored to be here, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, of course.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, indeed.
Of course.
So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you're from Stockton, you probably already heard the song, Port City. The Port City we love.
The Port City we love.
We love. That's right. So
you better believe it.
Yeah, it's a great tune. I heard that. Now we got to hear the original version, but I hear that it's all like redone with super juice.
The remix.
Yes, the extra sauce version.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun recording that. So I got to record it at Press Recording Studio downtown. Where I've done some work in the past. I recorded my EP there.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was myself, obviously. Matt Young, he did all the engineering and whatnot, did some of the background instrumentals. I know, right?
Yes.
And it was really fun having my friend Josh Washington play some piano too. You guys probably heard of that guy. He's incredible. So
Excellent.
it was having him on the piano in the background was amazing.
Wow. So is that already released? Do we got a copy of it yet?
Not quite yet.
That's all right. We're still playing the YouTube version.
It's all good. No, it's coming soon though, y'all. Like the music video is coming out this summer. It's gonna be big. I'm excited.
Excellent.
Fine.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
So now, really, one thing I loved about your YouTube video for that song, and I thought it was very clever. Very clever.
Oh my gosh.
Because it wasn't a video of you performing. It was a video of you being a Stocktonian with other Stocktonian known entities. People, if you watch the video, you say, "Oh man, I know them," and then a few seconds later, you're like, "Wait a minute, I'm in that video." Oh, that's good. No, I wasn't in the video, but I'm in plenty of
You give me
pictures
too
with
much
Brandon.
credit, man. It was like Saturday night before the deadline. I was like throwing stuff together.
No, it was a secret plot because that was ingenious. Because
thank you so much.
How can you watch that video without feeling it? And you see all the, and I love your smile, your intoxicating, contagious smile. Be careful.
Now, I can't stop smiling now, guys.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, watch the Port City video, man. It's just like,
fun.
I started after that. I was like, man, I gotta smile bigger in my pictures because Brandon's killing it. Yes, so
awesome, man.
it was great. It was
Thanks
great.
so much.
And it was a lot of fun, and of course,
It's fun to make. I'm glad people love it, man.
we got
honestly.
to see you at the. It was a charity event. Inspire. It was the downtown Stockton. Oh, was it the?
Save the Downtown
of the
Stockton
City.
Foundation.
Yes. State of downtown.
Or State of the City.
Yes, we saw
was
you
at both of
both.
those.
We saw you there too.
But that's where you got presented was at the Downtown Stockton Foundation.
That's right.
And we got to hear a mini concert of you right there also. And
Yeah.
and so we're really lucky because if you haven't already heard of Summer Wonderland, July 22nd, that's our, I'm calling it the Christmas in July Mega Fest. But nobody here wants me to call it that. But I love that.
Mega Fest.
Every time I
You
say-
had me at Christmas. Like I'm there. Like I'm there.
Yeah, it's Christmas in July.
I
Christmas
love
coming
Christmas.
early, and of course, Christmas in July is an event that's always tied to fundraising for nonprofits. And if you didn't know, KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, is a nonprofit. And what's special about our nonprofit is that we super support other nonprofits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it made a lot of sense to us, Christmas in July, because if you help us, you'll be helping the nonprofits. You could even help us in the name of your nonprofit, and we would turn that
Paying it
attention
forward.
right back to that nonprofit. And you have been so gracious to agree to be a part of our mega concert festival.
I'm honored to be a part of it, man. That's what I'm all about. Like
yes.
whatever I can do to give back, with my talents and gifts, like that's what I'm all about. So I love it.
Now, you are not just a prolific performer with great tunes, but you also are an educator.
Yes.
And that's how we first met. Through because I was in his class. No, thanks, Mr. P. But but we got to meet that way. That's how I first got acquainted with you, and then just blew me away with your talent. I'm just looking. I'm like, wait, is that Brandon on the guitar? I think it was the first time what was it? It wasn't at Channel Brewing. It seemed like
Cast Iron?
Something
no, it was
else.
at the Sycamore.
The Sycamore.
Yes.
Oh, I was playing at the Sycamore.
Yes.
The
Sycamore.
Sycamore Social, like
Yes.
last summer.
It was like the
Yes.
first one.
It was exactly a year ago.
and I'm
May
looking,
of last
and I'm
year.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
whoa,
Yeah, we were there.
Brandon is awesome
I
on the
forgot
guitar.
that that's where you first saw me play.
Perform. I was
Yes.
like blown away.
Because I had led the decision medicine program that summer before.
Yeah.
In 2015.
yeah, so
And-
it bumped in a few times,
yeah,
but
that's where I
never
met you through
audience
Kira.
to performer.
Oh,
Right.
Man, it
So
was
funny.
great. It
Summer
was great.
medicine. That was the program Kira was in.
She was in the decision medicine internship
That's
program. It was
right.
really awesome.
Okay.
And of course, Brandon, Mr. P, was helping make that happen for those great students. And
Oh, that's
and it was
awesome.
really it was awesome. It's beautiful. And so we know you're very much involved with education, and even the March for Science. We saw you out there. You were a strong advocate.
that was fun.
And Earth Day.
Yes.
The chemistry rap. Yeah. Check out our Earth Day video on Facebook. And you'll get to catch that. I don't know. We broadcast the whole day.
That
so
was a good one.
It's somewhere in the middle. Find it around noon.
We'll post the
1
link
o'clock.
of the other video. I have a video of that. We can share you guys.
Post
We
it
can
on
show
our
to you guys.
page. And
gotcha.
we'll share it. What came first, the music or the passion for education?
Oh man, it's a like chicken or egg question right there. You know.
yes.
So I would say that music has kind of always been there.
Yeah.
Ironically, teaching kind of always has been too. My dad's a teacher, right?
Yes.
So I was raised around educators. My mom actually homeschooled myself and my brother for 6 years.
Awesome.
So I've had the privilege of being around two amazing educators for my entire life.
Wow.
My mom actually, she still teaches. She's over at St. Mary's teaching religion, and my dad works as a coordinator at the school, and I'm at Stockton Collegiate.
Wow.
For does like curriculum and staff development for all the elementary teachers. So he's still very much involved in
That's so
education
cool.
too. And so yeah, I was kind of raised around it. So it was always something that I thought I could do. In college, I kind of bounced around from different interests. I started off as music. I started off as like a music business major.
Yeah.
And ironically, switched like my sophomore year. I was like, people had the whole, okay, you got to find something secure. You got to find that, that get that steady day job so that you can do your passion on the side. And so I was like, kind of narrowed it down. What do I like? I like kids. I like working with kids, and mentoring. And so, what do I want to do that I could get a job in that I would love? Science is cool. They need science teachers. And kind of narrowed it down from there.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. And I could just imagine being in your class. It's got to be a lot of fun.
I hope so.
I didn't check your Rate My Professors page, but
Do they have one of those for kids? Not just
they
yet.
should.
I honestly,
They should.
No, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe they shouldn't.
They probably shouldn't.
You gotta have, if you could verify this.
Because I never
Yeah.
rate from my professor's page on.
this guy gives too much work.
But I could just
1 out of
imagine
5.
how much fun it is to be in your class. I
Right.
mean, you are a barrel of fun, and so take us a little bit through that process. Now, you said you're in class, you're going to school. Halfway through it, boom, you say, "Hey, I could do that."
Yeah.
So how does that work? And now, because you're Stockton Unified, it's all good. I mean, how does that process work?
So going back to like where I left off in terms of my life trajectory, I was going to school at the University of Redlands down in Southern California.
Nice.
And it was my sophomore year when I committed to becoming a chemistry major, getting out of the music side.
Yeah.
And from as a sophomore, it was kind of like I got to kind of dive in now. It's like otherwise I'll be here for 5-6 years. So it was sort of like I'm just gonna do this, and it was very challenging, and I love a challenge. I really enjoyed like the rigor of just literally just the chemistry major in and of itself.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun as well. Like it was a small group. It was 11 of us in that class. It was a small school already, but if I was in the business school or something like that, it would have been a lot more. So that family feel is always something that I really liked about, honestly, like almost all the jobs I've had. So fast forward, I graduate, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I thought teaching could be cool, but I wasn't like, I'm going to go to like a credential program and become a teacher. I wasn't set on that. So I kind of, I tossed my hat in a couple different rings, and Teach for America ended up, becoming an option.
Oh yeah.
So I got into teaching to Teach for America.
Wait a minute, we heard that
Nice.
from Lang Lun Tao, didn't
Yes.
So
Mr.
you-
Luntz, he's a
So
good
you
friend.
and
Good friend. I
Locale
love
did it
yeah.
together?
Actually, no. I didn't meet Lang until I came back to Stockton. So I got into Teach for America
Yeah.
in 2011 as I graduating senior year of college, and I got placed in the Mississippi Delta,
All
out in the
right.
deep South.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you can bet. I mean, I'm a California boy through and through. I'm from Stockton. I go to
Right.
school out in SoCal. So
Right.
I've only seen the West Coast.
Yeah.
It was a trip. It was a lot of fun.
Was
Very
it?
much culture shock to
Yeah.
the max, but very, very great experience.
A little bit
overall.
of a time machine and back
a
to
little
the
bit.
past.
Yeah,
how
yeah,
people,
yeah.
Yeah, the social things out there, it blew my mind too.
Yeah.
I was in East Texas, I was in Alabama, and the way that they carry on, as far as racial differences is still mind blowing. That it's still so common and so
It is
out in the open
sad,
out there.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
very. It's sad to see a lot of the just the situation that a lot of my students had to. They didn't know anything else,
Right.
And there was some definite. I learned a lot about myself and a lot about this resilience and trusting, beyond just trusting my own abilities, like trusting God, trusting my family, trusting people to support me through that experience, and just ultimately time was on my side, and it took time to break down those barriers, but eventually I ended up starting a tumbling club with some students.
Wow.
That was a really cool experience. We did
Wow.
halftime shows, football games, basketball games. We even did the Christmas parade. Speaking of Christmas,
Ah.
I met Miss Mississippi there. It was super
What?
fun.
Oh man.
It was a big deal. Apparently, the town I taught in was called
almost
Greenwood,
became Miss
Mississippi. So it was a funny anecdote. Yeah, but that's how big it was. She was there, and the whole it was ranked the #1 Christmas parade in the state.
Wow.
And in Mississippi, they love parades. They do
They
them all the
sure do.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Homecoming, the school shuts down for a week.
Yeah.
They just do parades all week. It's crazy. I tried
they're so
teaching.
serious about high school ball out
I
there
know.
too.
Oh, and that was actually one of the
Yeah,
funnest parts.
Yeah.
We had an ex NBA player, Gerald Glass, who played for the Timberwolves back in the '90s. He's from Greenwood, and it's kind of hometown hero kind of thing. And he coached the basketball team. We won state both years I taught there.
Wow.
So that was really fun.
Wow. Wow. So how did you get back here? I mean, you teach for America and then boom, you're here, or
Yeah,
teach for America?
It was the kind of thing where I was in the South. I was like, do I want to settle down out here? I didn't really see myself planting roots. So it was Christmas break and my second year teaching, and I started, talking to different principals around Stockton. And there was obviously it worked out for me to come back and work at Stockton Collegiate, which has been a really awesome place to work. I really
what a
enjoy
great
working
institution
there. So.
too.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun. So I was able to come back and start teaching there in 2013.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Well,
yeah.
man, that's great. That's a you went out there, but you came right back.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear. It's always good to hear. Same with Lang. Lang, you went. I don't know. You went to Europe somewhere. Or whatever. You went-
Went to the Philippines too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
and
You did.
he's-
Lang's been around the world.
but he brought himself right back home, and it's really great to
Yeah.
see that. I mean, when we heard the mayor talk, and I know I mentioned this on the other show, but when he said that he had done that college sign-up day, and how many students, whereas 6-8 years ago, almost everyone was saying something along the lines of, "Yeah, I really want to get educated so I can get out of here." And so many
That was all of us.
So many students now are saying, "Yeah, I really want to go out and get a great education so I can come back home and give back." And
Yeah.
that is such just a paradigm shift. But a lot of it that mentality didn't come from nowhere. It came from folks like you. It came from people who are really not just. They don't just sit back and say they believe in the community, but they're out there every day, exemplary Stocktonians, and showing people what loving your hometown really looks like. And you can't love everything about it, but I heard an interesting statistic as far as they were ranking how bad cities were, and it's interesting that we hear so much negativity about Stockton, and largely it comes from Sacramento news sources, right? What blew my mind is Sacramento and Stockton are ranked exactly the same as far as how bad it is, as far as crime and things like that. It's almost the same ranking.
Interesting.
And that's the thing that really it caused to me calls attention to the fact that we do need the voice of Stockton and all these other great outlets that are producing content from our city, because if you let somebody else tell your story, they're just going to sell your bad story to sell a commercial, and if we're not engaged in the communication, I mean, imagine, like we talked about Rate My Professor, but what if only like the schools that you weren't at were the ones who gave opinions about your school, right?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
so
or
it's
all the
same
students
thing.
that don't get good grades.
Yeah. You didn't enjoy yourself? Well, why don't you- could you give us a review?
Right.
And so what you guys are doing, really, you as what we call, one of the many voices of Stockton out there, really, that's all part of this grand movement that really has gotten people together. We yesterday we saw a bunch of events, and even though they were very different as far as the demographic, what was the same is this kind of renewed exuberance and zeal and positivity about our community. And I want to thank you for being a part of that from when it was tough to be like that, and all the way through 2013. You came back here and you hit the ground running.
Straight up, man.
Yeah. So now there's a couple of other things. So now I know our listeners, our regular listeners, have heard the Third City Coalition podcast on our station, because we are so thankful and glad to be a distributor of that podcast. But we also, if you have not noticed, if you picked up on the voice, is the voice of the Third City podcast too. Tell us a little bit about that project. It's so right. It's very very positive, but it does talk about some of the things some of the issues and concerns, and how did that come about, and how did you get involved?
That was a while back, but love the Third City Coalition, man. Jasmine Leak is in so many, and the whole team in Third City. They've done so much awesome work as far as just kind of uniting the community. I really like, their conversations over cocktails they've been having recently.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun. Like, things
come out
like
Tuesday.
That. Yep, at Channel Brewing Company.
Channel Brewing. We'll talk about that
after this.
I heard of that
But
place.
honestly, like things like that, like those are just such great opportunities to connect with people who have a passion for the city and for seeing Stockton grow. And as far as the podcast goes, that started because I ran into Sarah Washington and Jasmine Leak at Valley Brew, and we just started talking, and they were like, "Hey, you want to help us out on one of these episodes?" I was like, "Sure."
Yeah,
so I think they're having it's kind of a team of people help with the podcast, and whenever I'm available or whenever they ask me to come back, I'm totally down. It's been a lot of fun to be in that mix, in that conversation and stuff. So that's
the conversation did turn to a great establishment that we got to see open up, and something that some people might have thought would just like, where did this come from? This idea, Channel Brewing. Yeah, we have now a brewery.
Yes.
Downtown. And you are a part of that operation and owner. How did that come about? And I mean, that just seemed like such a huge undertaking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So random, so awesome. It's story time. All right, so check this out.
Okay.
So it's actually as simple as a really old friend of mine, Billy Chaddock. We grew up together. It was me and him, and then another partner in the ownership as well, Eric Rao. We all were in the church nursery together back in the day. We all grew up in Stockton Covenant Church. All our parents, we all kind of grew up together in that system. So I know these guys forever, that kind of thing. You grow up in the youth group, you kind of go off to do your separate ways and whatnot. Like Billy went to the Air Force. I went to school in Redlands. Eric went to school in San Diego for film. So Eric and I stayed in touch a lot. I hadn't seen Billy in probably 10 years.
Wow.
We reconnected in 2015, I want to say, at Reality Church of Stockton, because he was back, married, has kids now, doing great, super cool to see him and catch up. And we just started talking, honestly, kind of just randomly. So this is what happened. He heard my periodic table rap.
Yeah.
And he has a 2-year-old daughter. And he told me, no joke, whenever we drive anywhere, she wants to hear the periodic table rap in the car.
Yeah.
So we start bumping this thing. And at the same time, he had been seriously considering trying to get a brewery started, because him and his brother-in-law had been home brewing for 10 years and really wanted to start something like that.
Wow.
And so I think he was like, Brandon's really involved in the community. I'm going to talk to him about this idea and see what he thinks. And so when he told me about this, and it was October 21st of 2015 in Impresso.
Right.
He didn't tell me what he wanted to talk about. He's like, bro, we need to talk. I was like, I'm down. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, we
do
go
it.
way back. Let's talk. It's like, I want to start a brewery. And I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I am fully out. Like, I'm on board to make this thing happen. Like, whatever you need, I got you. We ran a Kickstarter campaign. And that was kind of where I, kind of really got involved. And I pressed really hard. Like, I hit up all my friends, like, hey, we're trying to do this thing. And it was amazing to see the community just rise up and just like support us with that. Like, it was incredible to see that. If we had not, that honestly, if the Kickstarter money was a drop in the bucket compared to what we ended up having to get to start the brewery up. But if that had not happened, we would not, it would not have worked, because we wouldn't have been able to have the initial equipment to kind of do all these pop-up events we did over the course of like 2016. That ultimately led us to have really like a kind of a clientele base on grand opening.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it was great too. It was great to see that happen.
Lots of fun.
And it's a nice space. It's kind of wide open. It has this kind of sense of expansiveness, and you also are set up to do performances out of there.
Yep.
Yeah. So now it's kind of like in the indoor alley, or how does that work?
So we got really lucky that we got that space along with ours. It was a thrift shop. We actually jokingly call it the thrift shop as like a performance space.
Yes.
And so we luckily were able to just basically put a hole in the wall, put some doors in, and it's now a venue space that you guys are going to be using next month. Like,
That's right.
I'm super excited for
on
that.
June 15th with Corinne. Yeah, that's going to be a great event.
It's going to be so fun. And so my role in the company is the event coordinator. So that's kind of what I do. Networking, promo. I'm nicknamed the hype man just because
how cool.
it's fun. It's fun. And so my job is basically to, hit up artists, different organizations, like Third City or you guys, and just kind of be a liaison to the community, because ultimately our slogan is beyond the beer. So
nice.
When we were coming up, every event we did had some kind of community tie into it, whether it be we had the Rediscover Art Show. We teamed up with 1850, one of their first events, and we raised. We had like a supply drive for the Children's Museum, an art supply drive. We did a book drive as well for Little Free Libraries. We just want to be a presence in the community with all these events that we do. We want to promote local artists. We had another event with 1850 last month. So lots of fun.
Yeah.
So
That's so cool.
you can tell me if I ever start to ramble. I just get excited about stuff.
No, that's just so cool.
So when does he sleep?
I know. A good
Like,
question.
you're a teacher.
In the summer, I like hibernate. I'm just kidding.
I see.
Yeah.
Really?
He sleeps like the fish sleep. Yeah,
It's just hard.
He just stays in motion for a while. It looks like, Brandon, you awake? Yes. Let's
It's
go.
funny.
That's great.
I don't have any like steady decline. I just kind of go, and then it's like.
Yeah, and then you're just like a switch, right? On and off.
Yeah, but when
he's
it's on,
binary.
it's on, man.
He's
When
binary.
it's on, it's on.
That's funny. I want to talk about that.
My sleep schedule?
No. You said that you were homeschooled.
Oh, that's
I think that it is so cool that your parents had the foresight, because that was a while back. And
Yeah.
Now homeschooling is so in vogue. It's kind of a cool thing to do, and people do it for different reasons. But I'm thinking, wow. I think a good part of the reason why we have this Brandon instead of some other like not Brandon is because that you were homeschooled. I think that that something about that, when you see people who have their own fire, their own flavor, and somebody else didn't really get the opportunity to step it out, and to stomp it out, or to try to I don't know, contaminate it, and you are a true original. And I just want to give a big shout out to your mom and your parents for thinking that far ahead in the
Thanks,
future.
Mom. Thanks, Dad.
It's like,
awesome.
well,
Love you guys.
We want our son to be worth something, Might as well, let's put the time. But yeah, that's so cool. Now you got this high energy, all that kind of stuff. So again, big shout out to your parents, because some parents, they think that that's not cool, and they can't, they say they can't handle it, it's too much, and they medicate their kids or do all sorts of other stuff. But man, it just seemed like your parents loved you up, man, and just encouraged you and nourished you, and nurtured you. And that's what you're doing.
I would agree with that.
That's what you do in the classrooms. That's what you're doing with your music. All of your songs are positive. They're fun. They're some are quite introspective, or make you think. But they're all they get you tapping your feet and feeling good. And yeah, I just
That's
think
my
that
goal, man.
that's beautiful. You know, that's so beautiful. Like some would think that you've just never had a bad day.
That would be a false statement.
Okay.
But I think what it comes down to is, you know, no matter how bad the day is, like we're here, we're living, and there's somebody else that needs, you know, that needs some positivity more than you do. You know, it's just like the saying goes, as a teacher, it's like. Just don't like judge too quickly, because you don't know what happened to like this, what your students have been going through, like you know, this morning when they got out of bed or whatever. You don't know their story, right? And just love on them regardless. You got to love on them regardless, because you just don't know like the full story, like, and so you can't make those assumptions. And so for me, it's like, if you know, obviously I'm not gonna. There are days where it's tough. Like the job is tough, or like something happens in my personal life and it's a tough day. But you know, between like, you know, God and my family and just people in my life who support me, I'm really blessed, and I'm thankful that like those tough days don't outweigh the good days, and I'm able to have a positive impact overall.
Man, when you show it, and that's the way to do it. You know, they say the attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, so. Born here?
Born in Fresno, raised in Stockton. Moved when I was 2.
Back to Stockton. Okay.
Yes.
And you got your education, but you came back. What keeps you here in Stockton? What inspires you to stay here? You know, you got all these skills, man. You're not on the road. You're not in LA. You know, making it big on the honky tonk.
I just want to hang out with you, man.
Well, you're welcome to. But
no, I think a couple things. It's the food's really good. Am I right though?
Yeah, that's the truth.
I think it's two big things: the people and the potential for me. Because my family's here, so there's that like baseline, like, you know, that's really awesome to be able to go to my parents' house for dinner once a week and hang out. You know, plus like home cooked meals, kind of nice. Now,
that is really nice.
But the people in general, like I've made so many friends, and I think the thing about Stockton that sets it apart from like if I lived in the Bay or like LA, you know, in a big city, is you feel much more connected to the people that you meet, because it's so easy to get involved in something like a common cause with those people. Like it's not, you know, I love going to like the big city, like it's fun. Like you're not too far from the big city living in Stockton, which is also kind of cool. But like what I love about living in the city, I'm really glad that I live in Stockton, like in this neighborhood. Like literally, I live a minute away from this studio. It's a beautiful neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is the people really, you know, come together, because it's, you know, when you go through the fire together, it forges that strong bond. And I think everyone who's from Stockton kind of has that, you know, that kind of that steadfastness, you know. So
I mean,
the people and the potential, like I said, like we have so much untapped potential, and people are coming together. Things are coming up. We've talked about businesses popping up. We've talked about all the, you know, students having a different mindset of going away and coming back. And so I think seeing that in the classroom, seeing that in the community, it's just fun. Like I feel like I'm a part, and we're all a part of something big. Like you know, we're on the brink of, and every day it gets a little bit more like interesting and fun. And people are telling me now, like, man, there's so many events happening, I can't go to everything. And like good problems.
Yes.
Just invite more friends to come out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, far cry from, you know, just a few years back, people saying, you know, the mantra was there's nothing to do in Stockton.
Exactly.
Now it's like you cannot do all the things that there are to do in Stockton. There's so much going on.
Yep.
Now you mentioned the the youngsters, the students. But you get to see them kind of in a different setting than most folks. You know, you got them during the day; they're applying themselves, but you do get to see kind of the struggles and the things that they go through personally. You know, what are some of the challenges that you see, and what do we need to do to work on that and to make improvements?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're from Stockton, you know, growing up, one of the natural challenges, this is like, I think everyone kind of has this, there's a stigma against Stockton that's kind of, you know, we're still kind of fighting against, right? Yeah. And I think that like students kind of have that, and like it's like if you're from Stockton, you're either gonna stay and you gotta like kind of be, you know, like you gotta act hood, you gotta be hard, you gotta, you know, have that mentality, right? And it's like it's like if you're gonna be around Stockton, like that's who you are, as opposed to being like in Stockton. But I'm gonna get an education and do something awesome, give back. And so like the mold, the stereotypical mold of like what it means to be like a teenager in Stockton is, it's like we were talking before, like you either go to school and get out and never come back, or you stick around and like, you know, you work at McDonald's or whatever, or like you get involved in some really nasty stuff. Like I feel like, sad to say, but if you're from Stockton, like I was never involved in anything like, you know, like bad or anything like that. But I have had friends, I've known people, everyone who's grown up inside knows someone who's experienced hardship, you know, gotten involved in like, you know, not so good things, right?
Right.
And so I think that's something that that students just grow up with, and it's hard to break that. And I think time I think is gonna heal that over time, especially we see students wanting to come back and give back after going away to college, which is huge. Yeah. So, but that's something that students still face a lot of. I think that we need so there's a lot of awesome opportunities for kids who are like go-getters. We had the Reinvent South Stockton coalition with the Michael Tubbs internship. That was amazing. Yeah. A bunch of my students got involved with that, and you know that was really cool to see. Decision medicine, right? Like we have all these cool opportunities. I think we need more now that those are there. Like those kids they're gonna go get those opportunities.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I think we need more for the middle of the road kids on the fence, right? Like the kids who are like, well, I can't get into decision medicine, so I'm just gonna go like hang out with this group, and then all of a sudden I'm doing, you know, God knows what. So we need more. I think just I remember back in the day, like going to golf land and like safe places to hang out.
Right.
Along with that, more just kind of opportunities that are more inclusive to every student. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. I think that's something that I thought of that would be really cool to see expand.
That's great stuff. That's great stuff. And you know, I think most are in agreement. You know, now we do have great things to do, but we do have to have more for our young people to do. There should be something, you know, every day, especially, you know, during the summer. Yeah. You know, and statistically, you know, when the temperature goes up, you know, violence, problems, all that kind of stress.
People are just outside with nothing to do, right? Right.
So, you know, you got to give people something to do. And you know, one of the things that kind of changes like the attitude of and I'm seeing young people, this kind of nice little shift in the attitude. I think a lot of that has to do with, you know, because peers affect peers, and now we have these kind of exceptional learning. And when I say exceptional, I mean literally, because they're not just like regular high schools and regular schools. We got these different kind of colleges, these different kind of preparatory academies, these different kind of small learning centers and things like that, small learning communities. Yeah. And so I think that creates a situation with enough outliers, enough people doing something different, that we see a lot more of that, and therefore it makes it cooler to. You know, instead of saying, "Oh, well, I don't know what's cool. Let me see what the cool kids are doing," and a lot of that's not good. Now there's other types of cool kids.
I agree with that. Yeah, wholeheartedly. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
It's definitely shifting that for sure.
Now, and I was gonna say, you know, like it seems like, you know, your school is one of those type of institutions where, you know, it's a little different.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
Different. Yeah. So I mean, it seemed like a good place for you.
Oh yeah. So, like I said, man, blessed. Very
blessed.
thankful.
And we're blessed to have you. Of course, we're sitting here with Brandon James, and I like to announce him as the winner of the Stockton Song Contest because that was a big deal for us, man. People voting out their mind. I saw people trying to vote more than once.
Are we gonna hear him play?
Yes, that's what we'd like to do next.
I'm down.
Please do. Now, can we do that one?
I can do the Port City.
Unless you got something else, we'll go with what you want to do.
We're just gonna go with the flow, man.
Here. All right. Cool. So, and now this was again, it's still out there. You can find it. You can find it out there on YouTube, and it's a great tune, and we love the idea that Visit Stockton even put out that contest. You know, it was really smart.
It was.
You know, we got all these great campaigns about Stockton. Stockton is home. The Stockton song, and you know, there's plenty more. Of course, you know, we're always doing something here too at the Voice of Stockton, trying to promote, you know, positivity and trying to, you know, get people involved and like you said, you know, build this community and build it up and build it out. Oh no, it's good. It's good. Oh, he's got a guitar ready. Yes. You know,
we're gonna play some songs for you guys.
Always prepared. sound good when he's tuning his guitar.
Hey, don't forget also trivia at Channel Brewing upcoming.
Oh, is that on Tuesday?
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yes,
time,
yes.
Dustin?
Right after conversations
Brandon,
over cocktails.
You probably already got
Around
a team,
7 p.m.
Are you on a team? Are you the home team? You can't get on the team?
Man. I don't know if I'm down. Dude, I love trivia, but I am just not good at trivia, man.
Get out of
I was
here.
good.
Get out.
Brandon's the host.
Trivia is all about facts, and I'm a problem solver, man. Give me a problem to solve, like a puzzle. I got you.
I got the
Yes, yes.
trivia.
Trivia and facts. I try.
I got the trivia.
I go for the beer.
We just got to do
I
science,
hear the beer is good there.
KXVS
Yes.
is gonna win this.
science trivia. That's
Dude, I
not
can
it.
my headphone. I'm sleeping. My headphone.
Oh yeah.
If whatever works for you.
Cool, man.
Now,
Let me
just
hold it.
just so you folks at home
Thank you so much.
get the intro. Of course, Brandon James here at the Voice of Stockton on Stockton 360, and gonna play his Stockton song, Port City.
So the song's called "The Port City We Love" because we love the Port City.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about, all the things you see kind of the surface level, because that's awesome. We love the places you can go to in Stockton, but the underlying theme of this is that the people make Stockton what it is. So it's been a long week working downtown. Gotta kick off the dust and get the party shoes out, yeah. Wear the Star Channel, smoky in my glass. Gotta hit up the crew, Friday nights on draft, yeah. Got Stein sliders, yeah, they're stock full of flavor. Gonna save me for later when the night is done. On the rooftop, gazing down on stars. On the water, talking dreams and memories. And it always comes back to the Port City, yeah. It's the Port City, yeah. It's the Port City we love. Yeah, the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City we love. Wash your blues away on a Delta day. In the Port City we love. Oh, oh, and lay your load down. In my hometown, in the Port City there. Oh, oh, yeah, 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 the Port City we love. Oh, 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 yeah, 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 the Port City we love, yeah. Stealing time and miracles on the mile. Asking Paul a bottle of wines in style. And laugh the night away. I got miles and miles of memories running through the European trees. Cause every time I leave, my city sings to me. And the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City we love. Oh, the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City we loved. Wash your blues away on a Delta day. In the Port City we love. Oh, oh, and lay your load down. In my hometown, in the Port City there. Oh, oh, yeah, 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 the Port City we love. Oh, 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 yeah, 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 the Port City we love, yeah. It's the Port City, or some call it the Brick City, the 209 Tulleyburg, the Mudville Gas City. But it's more than a name, it's the people that you meet. You stay here for a week, you'll have a second family, yeah. We're full of folks going hard in the paint to promote community and bring a smile to your face. Creativity inducing, got 1850 cruising ardent up and down the town, covering walls with their beauty. If music's yo, see we got taste for every palette, from punk shows to hip hop and classic symphonic. Stockton's got it, yeah, Stockton's got it, Stockton's got it. You better believe it, yeah, y'all, cause Stockton's got it. And everyone's invited to the city that we love. And the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City, yeah, it's the Port City we love. Oh, the port city, yeah, it's the port city, yeah, it's the port city we love. Wash your blues away on a Delta day in the port city we love. Oh, yeah, and lay your load down in my hometown. Yeah, I said lay your load down in Stockton, in the port city that, oh, oh, yeah, 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 the port city we love. Oh, 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 yeah, 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 the port city we love. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, man.
I love that song.
Awesome.
You hear another one? Or you guys chilling?
Man, you want to hit another one?
If we got time, it's up to you
Of
guys.
course.
Hit us with another one, Mr. Brandon James.
Let
That was the Port City we love right here on
Yeah,
Stockton
yeah, yeah.
360, the exclusive live acoustic no, not acapella.
I can do acapella now.
No, whatever you got, Brandon.
I was kidding. I'll do one more. So this song is it's from the EP that I released last fall. It's called the Touch the World EP. I was on the show with David Perry and Molina like a couple months back talking about that project. And the whole idea with that is like kind of what we were talking about, trying to get more activities for youth in the community. So the funds that the EP raises on Bandcamp goes towards what I'm calling the Grace Notes Music Project, which I like to do a song contest similar to the one that I participated in with Visit Stockton, but for youth, and like tying like workshops that anybody who participates in the contest can experience. So it's not just like the winner take all, right? But everyone gets the benefit, and they can meet some of the local musicians like Kyle Thompson and like all these other guys like Jordan Waters and Josh Washington, all these amazing artists we have, and so they can kind of learn the ropes if they want to get into songwriting. So that's where like this whole project kind of stemmed from, because I just kind of built up some material over the years in college and high school and stuff. So.
All right. Introduce it.
This song is called "The Walk in the City." Talked about the Bay area earlier, and this is kind of a nod to the Bay. The seams of my Frisco knitted memories are fraying down. The dirt's working its way in between. I'm walking down Lombard roads, unforetold, don't know where they'll go. Just following the streetlights' foggy gleam. When it's a walk in the city, babe, you're gonna hit some ups and downs. When it's a walk in the city, babe, it's gonna be tough to stick around. And when it's a walk in the city, babe, you can't always be walking in the moonlight. You might have to go through the dark to see the sunrise. The sweetness of sugar-coated streetlights is wearing down. Our breath is dancing in the cold. Sometimes you gotta make a left on Second Guess Boulevard to find that love has cast the mold. Yeah, yeah, when it's a walk in the city, babe, you're gonna hit some ups and downs. When it's a walk in the city, babe, it's gonna be tough to stick around. And when it's a walk in the city, babe, you can't always be walking in the moonlight. You might have to go through the dark to see the sun rise. Well, you know it's worth the wait. You don't want to blow fade away with the taxi ride. You can't confide in the safety of a subway line. 'Cause when you walk and you grow stronger, yeah, you walk and you grow stronger. I'll walk to all the coffee shops and play this song all over this town, all over this town, all over this town, all over, yeah, 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 yeah. When it's a walk in the city, babe, you gonna hit some ups and downs. When it's a walk in the city, babe, it's gonna be tough to stick around, yeah. It's gonna be tough to stick around. When it's a walk in the city, babe, you can't always be walking in the moonlight. You might have to go through the dark to see the sunrise.
Man, that's a great tune. Another great tune.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all.
Brandon James right here on the Voice of Stockton, Stockton 360. So, that's Brandon putting away his battle axe.
And then
Battle axe.
Battle axe. So, what's next for Brandon James? Tell us what's
Hopes
coming around.
and dreams.
Yes.
Of course.
So, I think the next step. There's hopes and dreams and kind of all the different interests that I have. I think for sure, as far as music goes, I want to cut an album. I have a 6-song EP. I think, in the next year or two, keep record. I have a new song I want to cut this summer as a single besides the Port City that we love. So be on the lookout for a couple new singles. But I want to cut an album, kind of melds different genres that I love, kind of experiment with different other genres like hip hop or EDM or things like that. We'll see what happens with that, where that goes. But that's kind of as far as music goes, I want to cut an album and it'd be fun to go on a little Northern California tour at some point.
Yeah.
Teaching wise, I've written several chemistry raps and I want to write more. I want to have a rap for each unit that I teach, and I have 5. I'd love to get all 8 or 9, 10 units. I want to.
Wow.
It'd be cool to just have it, really easily synced with my lessons and whatnot to really push the hip hop education sound that I've sort of played with, but I haven't. I have a few cool songs, but I want to do more with that.
Yeah, develop.
And I want to see Channel Brew grow. I want to see us blow up. That'd be really cool. Honestly,
blowing up already.
Yeah. So I'd love to see us just continue to be able to be a platform for artists and help the community in any way that we can, and promote good beer.
Nice.
Those are kind of the short-term goals, and ultimately, I feel like my calling, especially in this season of my life, is to go hard in the paint for the city of Stockton, and I want to see Stockton rise up. The state of the city last week was really powerful. We're moving forward. We are doing well. I want to see us keep moving. So hopes and dreams, I want to see us get there, whatever that means. I feel like you always keep working no matter how far you get, but I want to see us. I want to get to the point where it's okay, we are at this level of everybody else. People want to come to Stockton. I want to get Stockton to a level where it's people want to come to Stockton, or they don't just drive through it, but they drive to it.
It's a destination.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Anyways, those are hopes and dreams, goals.
So how do people get in contact with you? I know how to get in contact. But
Yeah, we do.
folks out there, somebody's
Sure.
like, whoa.
Yeah,
I need this guy to play my wedding or my bar mitzvah or the summer wonderland concert.
All day. So you can find me, my music you can find on Bandcamp. If you go to bandcamp.com and you search Brandon James,
All right.
Touch the World EP,
All right.
you will find me. We'll post a link.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You can find me on YouTube. You can search My YouTube. I should have known this before I got on the show, huh? But yeah, if you find me on YouTube, yeah, you can find a lot of my material on YouTube as well. Brandon Piasecki. If you YouTube Brandon Piasecki, you'll find that.
All right.
We'll post a link on that too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And you're on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook as Brandon James.
That's right.
Yep.
Brandon James, and Instagram is Mr. P MRP underscore chemistry.
Mr. P MRP underscore camera. So what's the
MRP
best way
underscore
if they want to contact you about music?
Music, I was hit me up on Facebook.
All right.
Brandon James, add me, message me. My email, if you want to email me, is fine too. It doesn't matter.
Just find him.
Yeah, just find me.
He's very welcoming.
I'm very welcoming.
Make just reach out.
Reach out.
Reach out. You'll get
I
a
just love to
handshake
play,
or
so
high
hit me
five.
up. Hit me up. I just love to play, y'all. Hit me up.
Now, of course, we're winding down, and we appreciate having you come on the show. You are it's really like a standing invite for you. You're welcome anytime, any day.
Yeah, man.
We love you. You've been nothing but the best company and great inspiration.
Much love. The
Yep.
feeling is mutual.
Oh well, thank you.
Feeling is mutual.
And again, make sure you guys, there'll be tickets available soon for the Summer Wonderland. Brandon James is going to be one of our headliners. Really, we want to bring the whole community together. We are raising money to raise our tower. If you're enjoying us on Facebook and YouTube,
Tower up.
That's excellent. But we got to reach these 250,000 people in Stockton, 310,000, 315 is what I heard on the state of the city. And 92 FM, our license will go from 8 Mile all the way down to 8th Street, and we will be reaching the city with community radio, and that's you. Your voice is our voice. So come out and support and have a great time with us this Summer Wonderland, July 22nd. Save the date. That's our Christmas in July fundraiser.
22. July 22.
Thank you again, Mr. Brandon James, Brandon Piasecki, a.k.a. Mr. P. Thank you for sharing your talent. Thank you for sharing your love to, if, and by, and through the community. You really, man, you're inspiration, and we just love knowing you. You're a great person to know, and keep up the good work.
Right.
Much love, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Good night, everybody. Have
All
a
right.
safe Friday night.
You've been listening to Stockton 360 right here on The Voice of Stockton, KXVS, soon to be on 92.1 FM, but all the way live at thevoiceofstockton.org. Please become a member. KXVS.org/join is the easiest way. We love you. Thank you for your support. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our founder, Professor William Story. Want to give a big shout out to Dr. J, Professor Jimenez, for putting another great show together.
And Gov.
Oh, well, thank you. And of course, Mr. Dustin Details Breakville, who's been keeping us sounding and looking good all show long. Also, again, thanks to our special guest, Mr. Brandon James. And we look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one out there. That's it for Stockton 360 this Friday. We'll see you again next week. And stay tuned for more quality programming right here on The Voice of Stockton.